I don't know anything about rings. How much is that?
About $200,000.
Girl, you want a $200,000? Are you
I'm the sparkle
insane?
queen. I'm the sparkle queen. My ring has to sparkle from across the street. Like you have
Yeah,
to see that shit. It's gonna blind people.
but that's so superficial. That's
No,
like so superficial.
but it's about so much more than that.
Bro, would you guys even buy her a fucking $50 engagement ring? Like, who's trying to marry this chick, first of all? I understand that from earlier in the video that she said she has a high earning job. That may or may not be true, but let's just assume that it is true. Men do not care, bro. Especially the kind of guys that she wants, the high value ballers that she wants. Those kind of guys don't care about what kind of money you make. They have their own money, and plus they know you're not going to share your money with them anyways. They care about, are you young, fit, feminine, friendly, and are you hot? That's what they care about. A guy who she's talking about would rather have a hottie who works at Starbucks than this chick, despite what she makes. But these females don't understand that, man, because they've been taught to think like men, and they think that because they want a man who makes a lot of money, is a high earning career man, they think that we as men also want the same things in a woman, when nothing is further from the truth. This chick is masculine. She has a bad attitude. She's got the crazy eyes. Watch. She's got the crazy eyes in spades. And she's talking about, I want a man who makes amount of money. She's talking about how she wants a music producer. She's talking about how, a guy like G-Eazy would fit her criteria. Well, G-Eazy is fucking runway models. Why would he want to fuck with this bitch? It's completely preposterous, man. These bitches are completely out of their minds.
It was an 8-carat diamond engagement ring.
Yeah.
That you can afford that, right?
So superficial.
But it's about so much more than that. It's about the fact that you can afford that, right? I go to yoga with this girl who has an 8-carat diamond engagement ring.
Yeah, but she's probably hot
Yeah.
and young.
The weed company and drives an Audi. So it's about more than just it's about the fact that you can afford that.
Okay.
Yeah, but the guys who can afford that don't want you, honey. And this is not me being mean. Like, this is just reality. Like, she doesn't have any good friends around her who try to knock some sense into her. And maybe some of them tried, but she's not listening because she wasn't listening on this show. I've seen the first 8 minutes of this clip, and I'm running it back for you guys. I broke it down in a previous episode. But this chick is batshit crazy, man. If she thinks with a face like hers, out here looking like Hova, she's gonna get a high value man who can get her $200,000 engagement ring. These bitches are completely bonkers, man. They're completely out of their minds.
Well, I'm just thinking like you're gonna miss out on a lot of guys because I'm telling no, but not in a good way. Not in a good way. I'm telling you, like, my dad would, if my mom asked for that from my dad would have told her to go find a new boyfriend because there's no way in hell.
And that's what you should do if a girl asks you for something. Even if this girl was a baddie and she asked me some shit like that, get me a $200,000 engagement ring, I'd tell her to go kick rocks.
Right.
She'd be out of my home the next day.
And that's a multi-millionaire in the top 0.5% who had 10 kids. My mom never.
He built it, he said. He's built to becoming that. He wasn't that originally, right?
He wasn't. Well, he was making like 6 figures in his early 20s.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So any woman with half a brain would think, this is a good. But my dad's like, he's good with money. He's not like to me, that's like such an unwise investment to spend $200K.
Diamonds appreciate.
Oh my God, no.
Yeah, but it's not like he's going to be able to take it off your fat finger and sell it. So what if it appreciates? He's not going to be able to make those gains.
No. Oh my God, no. That's like, I would rather put that in a college fund.
And diamonds don't appreciate. Gold appreciates. Diamonds are actually artificially priced because there's actually a lot more supply of diamonds than they say there are.
For our kids, or like...
Yeah, they'll have that too.
But this just sounds like not like real to me, you know?
Really?
Yeah, like
I don't know.
Part of me still feels like maybe this bitch is trolling, but she's not. There are women out here who are this delusional, and she's not an exception by any means. whatsoever.
For me, like I told you, like my status is going up. Like I just did a music festival where I made 30 grand over.
See what I'm saying? These bitches think because they're making money that they can get a guy who makes money, who's also gonna buy them a $200,000 engagement ring. It doesn't work that way, sweetheart. We don't value the same things that you value. We value beauty, and you're clearly not beautiful. And maybe I would, like, you know, there's the other side of it where somebody would say, okay, maybe she's a great person, but she's clearly not even that.
Over the weekend, in one weekend.
She's a horrible
you know what I mean?
person.
Like I need somebody who can be on that level.
Right, but the problem is, like, guys don't care about your money.
She should fucking start making Blueprint 4.
Right,
You
but
know,
I don't care.
I know, but it doesn't, like, you know, like,
Bro, she just made $30 doing a show. I told you guys she's Jay-Z.
I think you're gonna miss out on a lot of guys with, like, this, like,
I'm just
to me,
kidding.
these
He
are,
makes
like,
a lot
crazy
more than
high
30 G's a
standards.
show.
So today I listened to my dating coach. She said, you do not get your expectation, you get your minimum standard.
Mm-hmm.
Is her dating coach single?
Who is your dating coach married?
Yes.
Good
Because she has
question.
a baby. And her wedding ring is at least 5 carats.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's probably hot.
And her man is rich. And she doesn't even have to work.
Okay. You know
And
what?
she herself makes
Yo, Pearl should have been like, let me see what this girl looks like.
30 to 50 grand a month. Coaching women in love.
I mean,
Yeah, and fucking filling up their heads with delusions. Look at this girl's face, bro. Look at this girl's face.
good luck if that, like, works for you. I just, like, to me, that sounds like a $200K engagement ring. Like, I think, like, guys are gonna
Bro, if she
hear
didn't
that.
say anything, I would think this girl was a they them.
That and
If you
be
know what
like,
I mean.
No,
No, because you just have to have the man who's okay with maintaining you. Right?
with maintaining you.
Right. Like you can be high maintenance, but if you are dating a man that is okay with maintaining you, you're fine. You're not.
You have to also be deserving of being high maintenance. If a fucking Ferrari is high maintenance, you would accept it. But if a Toyota Camry was high maintenance, it was constantly breaking down, you would not tolerate that shit. You have to be worth the high maintenance to be high maintenance.
Not high maintenance, then you're just on their level.
Okay, but I'm just thinking, like,
Otherwise, you end up in the scrapyard, which is where
I know,
this
but
chick is
those
gonna end
guys
up.
that are making like that amount of money, like I think they typically want like the young, like 21, 22-year-old.
Yes.
I don't think so. And also,
Maybe. What?
She doesn't want to believe
I'm
it. She
30,
knows
so
it.
I'm not that old. I'm actually
You're
No, I
old.
don't-
90% of your eggs are gone, sweetheart. 90% of your eggs are gone. So most guys who want to get married, they want to get married to start a family, have children. What's your incentive marrying a 30-year-old, crazy-eyed, Jay-Z looking like bitch, who also is high maintenance, by the way,
to be wife.
and can't give you children, and is going to bitch and nag at you. And you know that $200K engagement ring ain't going to be the last of it. Then she's going to want a Lambo. Then she's going to want this. Then she's going to want that house. You think it's going to stop with a $200K engagement ring?
Picked up by somebody who's like in their 40s
That's just a Trojan horse.
and like ready to be serious and start popping out babies. A 21-year-old, unless you're Kylie Jenner, is
Popping
40s
out
and,
babies?
like,
Hold on,
I'm actually
sweetheart.
No, I don't.
An age to be wiped up by somebody who's like in their 40s and like ready to be serious and start popping out babies.
You're not popping out. You're maybe popping out one baby at 30, at one at best. And at 35, it's a geriatric pregnancy. Then you're going to need all kinds of procedures to even get you pregnant. Well, these women live in La La Land, man.
A 21-year-old.
They have no idea what men want. No idea whatsoever. And then they get to 30 and they act like this. And it's fucking laughable, man. And this is why this video went viral. Let's see how many views this video has. Actually, this is a... Is this a repost? Because I know the first version of this got like almost 1 million views.
Unless you're Kylie Jenner, is realistically
And a bunch of YouTubers commented on it, including a bunch of famous YouTubers. And it's because it's fucking laughable, man. What she's saying is completely laughable. And I'm not trying to be mean here. But really, man. And like I said, she's not the only woman who thinks like this.
too
There's women out here way worse looking than her who have similar demands.
young to be like popping out kids.
You're too old to be popping out kids. 21 is not too young to be popping out kids. At 30 is actually too old from a biological standpoint to be popping out kids. Do you guys know from a biological standpoint what the optimal age of giving birth is for a woman? I'll give you guys a few seconds. No, you're all fucking wrong. It's 16. 16 is, from a biological standpoint, the most optimal age for a woman to carry a child and give birth. And if you don't believe me, look it up. And this one's gonna sit here, oh, 21's too young to be popping out kids. No, it's not. It's actually closer to the optimal age than you are. Much closer, like by 10 years.
Like, you're too young.
This kind of thinking is destroying society, and this is why men are choosing not to get married, because we don't want 30-year-old bitches with bad attitudes, with high requirements.
Yeah, I mean,
and high body counts.
This is just, I'm sorry, the $200,000.
She's got the crazy eyes.
Crazy to me.
She's got the crazy eyes. Tell me she's got at least 100 bodies on her, at least.
That's like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe that's crazy.
Someone that can make that amount of money in a shorter period of time, like somebody who is, say, a musical artist, right? A musical producer, somebody who's in entertainment, somebody who's on a TV show, somebody who does like concerts and tours. That amount of money isn't the same to them. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
Like, say I was dating somebody like a G-Eazy, right?
Okay.
G-Eazy makes $150,000 minimum per show.
G-Eazy also only fucks 9s and 10s, and you're clearly not that.
Minimum. That's what he makes in a show.
Yeah.
He fucks 9s and 10s minimum.
So if he does a couple shows, the $200,000 to him, he won't even feel it.
No, but like this is something coming from someone, like, I've been in a relationship with a guy that was worth over $1 million. Like but I would never in a million years ask him to spend $200K on a ring. Like, to me, that's almost like entitled. Like, I'm not entitled to his money.
I mean, here's the thing. If I can afford it myself, I would want you to be able to get it for
Okay,
me,
then
right?
buy it for yourself and
myself.
stay single and get a cat.
Oh my gosh, that's just... Yeah, I guess, like, we kind of...
Yo, look at her face. Hold on, look at her face.
Wow.
That's the face of doubt. Look, that's the face of she knows she can't really get that. But she's gonna make this requirement anyways. Is this possibly a way out where it's like she's setting the bar so high that no guy is gonna meet it? I don't know.
It's like we kind of
only she knows.
Like,
maybe she doesn't even know, because most of the times women don't even know what they want or think or
use on like spending habits. Because to me,
they
I'm
really
like,
feel about
even
things.
if I had the money, I would never spend that on a ring.
Especially not on her. Dude, I'd rather go to Vegas and just blow $200,000. Or I would get a Lamborghini, drive around Toronto, pick up 2 new chicks every single day, at least, bare minimum, 9s and 10s only. And not one of them is going to resemble her. Or you can spend the $200,000 buying her an engagement ring. Man, that's a tough decision. I don't know. That's a tough one.
But I'm also not that much of a jewelry person, right? So it's like, you're not going to need to be buying me diamonds for every anniversary or jewelry all the time. Like, get me my ring, and that's it. I don't really need much else.
Bullshit. That's cap. It's going to be a next thing and a next thing and a next thing. But it's never going to get to that because nobody's going to buy her $200,000 engagement ring.
So, like,
Just skip forward a little bit because some other person enters the chat.
We'll go in a minute.
Stop you.
Because we got dinner and lamb and all this other good stuff. Listen, I love this live. This is hilarious. I love you, but the girls
even she's laughing because she knows how ridiculous it is what she's asking for.
300K diamond rings and everything on the floor. These guys are now saying that women hit the wall at age 20. And you're talking about a $200,000 diamond ring? They'll be like, oh, God.
But you guys are both women. You're both women, so you really don't know. Like, how would you?
No, but like being around and seeing just like a lot of these men, they seem like they're in La La Land themselves. And it's like the people that they're talking about is like, who are you meeting? So if two people are coming up with completely different expectations, and like when you were saying earlier, you have pointed out the person that was in the yoga class, she had a $300,000 ring. The person, your coach, she has a $300,000 ring. It wasn't like the ring that I have, I wanted it because of the fact that growing up, there's a certain type of thing in my family that's what it was. But it wasn't because any of my friends had that ring. I couldn't care less what they had.
So no, I don't want it because they have it. I know I can have it because they have it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I understand that, that having $100,000 to $200,000 8-carat diamond engagement ring is within my grasp because I've seen it in real life.
You've seen it in real life. Your friends have it, so you want to be able to show it off to them and say, I'm on the same level. And this is bullshit, man. And this is partly because of the social media and the media in general, and these bitches hooked on Kim Kardashian and all these other stupid House of Atlanta Housewives or some bullshit shows these bitches watch. It fucks up their brains, man. And this is the result of it. But at least those bitches on those shows are hot. Like I don't know, man. I'm trying not to be mean here.
I associate with people who have these things. They're in my circles of people. They're in my friend groups. And I know I can have it because I've seen it. It's not that I want it because they have it. I want it, and then I've seen it. I've seen validation of it in front of my face.
Well, I'm not saying that you shouldn't want it, because I do know people that they've dreamt about a certain type of specific wedding since they were children. I, on the other hand, I couldn't care less. So I definitely understand that, and especially when it does come time for people to get married, where people are like, oh, why would you spend this money? Why? I'm like, I don't care. That's that person's prerogative. If that's what they want, that's what they want. So if you're saying you see that because of the fact that you see it on the everyday person that you communicate with, so you knowing that it's something that's accessible. So if that's that thought process, okay, but I don't know.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I think you're looking for like a 1% guy, which is very rare. And I think you're going to like you're going to overlook a lot of guys that literally make that amount of money, would like have that money to spend, but choose not to because their values are to save money. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you would overlook like my dad in this situation, who's like top 0.5%.
But your dad also ended up getting your mom to pop out 10 kids. I'm not trying to pop out that many kids.
Because my dad wanted her to. Number two, you're talking about height. So I didn't even know. I thought most guys were tall, like over 6 foot. So then when different people were sharing, oh, well, this is the percent of these type of, I didn't even know that was a thing.
See, this is how delusional these women are. She said she thought most guys were over 6 foot when only the top 10% of guys are over 6 foot tall.
Because I'm like, most guys I know are pretty tall. So now you're adding the height to $200,000 ring plus I don't know, bro.
Appreciate it.
I know, and the universe knows.
Well, at least your options are open. You're not just trying to outside of the height. You're open to dating. Not everyone.
Yeah, I was just talking to this guy who doesn't even have a headboard. He has a bed and one pillow, and I said, "Where's your headboard?" He goes, "Oh, I'm just a regular guy." I said, "Oh, I didn't say I don't want to talk to you anymore." I said, "Okay."
Okay, so
because he was probably attractive or had a big dick or something else going on.
Okay, so did I misunderstand? You're okay with like not getting that stuff? Like I just thought, like, I thought you said you need the 200K. Like, would you marry that guy?
Oh, well, I mean, this is also the same guy that doesn't have the vaccine, so I wouldn't even go out with him. But
wait, you wouldn't go out with him, but you were in his bedroom? How did you know that he doesn't have a headboard and one pillow? See how these bitches cap? That's why a lot of times you let these women talk long enough, they'll tell on themselves.
No, here's the thing. Like, the way I see it in my head is that, like, by the time I get there, we will be in the place to afford those things. And also, you guys, like, the circles that I run in, the people that I know, like, I meet very influential people who can afford those things all the time in my everyday life. I mean, Pearl, you saw my apartment. Like, you saw where I live. You know what I mean? Like, I live in a luxury building where you have to make at least $100,000 a year just to afford to live in the place where I live.
Right, but I'm saying like to a guy, like money.
Yeah,
is
it doesn't
nothing.
matter though.
Like men do not care about.
I already have a place that costs 100. Like I need that kind of money to live here, but I don't. Like, do you think if I get to that level, I want a female who looks like her, even if she makes the kind of money I make? No, man. Hell no.
So if money is nothing, they can afford my $200,000 engagement ring.
No, that's not what I mean. I mean like money gives you no value. So like I'm not more attractive to a guy because I make more money.
Facts.
Like if anything, like they don't prefer it because they like would prefer someone with more free time to hang out with them.
Yeah.
And, like,
Ooh,
cook, clean.
And someone who's more feminine and has less of a masculine attitude. Because lots of times, guys, you got to remember the females who get to the top of the money chain, they have to develop masculine traits to get to that level. And we, generally speaking, do not want a woman with masculine traits. And to get to to get to the top of any hierarchy, any financial hierarchy, whether it's a law firm or a corporate office, you have to have masculine traits to get up there, man or woman. So if a woman is a high earner and she's earned that position, she probably either had masculine traits or had to develop masculine traits to get there.
I'm gonna make
Like this
a
woman.
video about that. I think it's actual BS.
You think that's BS?
Yes.
Like when you think of this chick and when she's talking, do you guys think, does femininity come to your mind? No, it doesn't.
After seeing that whole thing, you know, the podcast that you were on, and seeing that whole drop. I'm sorry about the dating thing, but this is something else.
Mm-hmm.
It's now that a lot of guys are saying that they want traditional women, and then they don't value the money and all that other stuff. I've now come up with a theory that the only reason why they want these traditional women that do not have money is so that they can have the ability to leave these women at will and have them destitute. Because especially
No, that's not the reason why. A traditional woman, it's completely wrong. I would want a traditional woman because I know she's more likely to listen, to let me be the man, let me be the leader. She's more likely to have a lower body count when she comes into the marriage. She's more likely, as a result, to be a better wife, better mother to my children, less likely to cheat, less likely to embarrass me in public, less likely there's some porno of hers that's going to come out years and years later. That's why I would want a traditional woman, not so I can leave her. It's not, you can't, leaving a woman is not even an option for a man in the West. That's why we generally don't leave women. Women leave us because they're incentivized to do so. They get money from us, and it's not before some fucking female goes, oh well, women pay alimony and child support too. It's very, very rare because women generally do not marry guys who make less than them. It's called hypergamy.
especially now with the whole Texas ban of
That's
the
as old
abortion
as
laws and
time.
stuff, and seeing these guys are just like cheering. Thank God we can have you barefoot and pregnant back in the kitchen and not working anymore. At first I thought that money thing didn't really matter, but I'm starting to realize no, these guys just want the ability to leave you high and dry and then laugh in your face.
Girl, I got ain't nobody getting pregnant or having any unwanted babies.
Well, for $200,000, you're gonna have to get some.
Exactly. I dot my T's crossed and my I's dotted.
But that's my own little what do you call it, new thing that I'm just like, is this what they really want?
I don't think so. Like, because I don't think so. I think like money just isn't like attractive to them. Like they just don't like when we see an ambitious, like driven man, that turns us on. That does not turn a guy on to like I think they don't want like a girl that's like bad with money. I think that's like a turn off. I think that like they don't want a girl that's like, you know,
Yeah, a girl like, you know, who wants a $200,000 engagement ring.
doesn't have like is terrible with finances, whatever. But like I just don't see guys like being like, oh my gosh, that's so sexy, she's the CEO, like the same way girls are.
I've never heard a guy say that. That's facts. I've never heard a guy say, man, she's so sexy, she's a CEO. That doesn't make a female attractive. She might be hot despite being a CEO, but that's different. That's a different thing. She's not going to be sexy because she's a CEO.
No, that's
my ambition.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I said the men that date me are attracted to my ambition, for sure.
That's what they say.
I would have agreed with you,
probably
Paul,
get
until
between
watching
your
that
cheeks.
podcast that you were on, and all these women that they're pushing these
Can you believe there's some guy out there who's lying to this chick to get in her pants? There's guys that thirsty out there.
traditional
It's
values
crazy.
on that could barely even formulate a complete sentence. And that's why I wanted to do the reaction with you on there, because
Let me tell you something. If it was between this chick and me beating off for the rest of my life, I would beat off for the rest of my life.
these other girls who are normally on there, and they're like pushing this whole thing that we don't care about this, we don't care about that. Meanwhile, these are just only fan girls that you're trying to push these type of values on. I'm like, this whole thing makes no sense.
Well, that's the problem with Fresh and Fit, is they just bring on like the trashiest girl. And I said that on the podcast. I was like, do you guys think you're in like a little bit of a bubble? Like, I was like,
But I
'cause-
think that that's what they see women as, though. I don't
Right.
think they see women as like actual functional human beings.
okay. Well,
Hello.
hi. He was on earlier. He said he wanted to come back on.
Females are barely sentient.
I totally disagree with the point of what was it, women thinking that men want women that earn like a lot of money or more money than them. That's just simply not true.
You're hard to hear. You're kind of low. So can you say that again? Like more. Yeah, didn't get that.
I said men don't value women that make a lot of money. It's not really a turn on for us guys.
So how much money do you make, sir?
God.
Oh gosh.
Hello?
How much money? Do
Oh,
you
you're
make?
back.
Okay. Maybe it's my device. Let me switch on to a different device. Wow.
Shoot, I made a man run away.
No, I
I
think
think he was talking about my theory.
That's
Men that make, like,
unprofessional. That guy needs to
$50,000
come
a
and
year
point.
Are gonna be the ones that say,
Or
"Oh,
make your
we
point,
don't
man.
care about how
What's
much."
this? Oh, my device. I think it's my device. You come in some bummy ass t-shirt, man. In some fucking car that doesn't even have. What is it? No, it's not in a car. Unprofessional, dude. Unprofessional.
No,
I think he was talking about my theory.
Men that make like $60,000 a year are gonna be the ones that say, "Oh, we don't care about how much money the woman makes." Fuck at it.
I think he was
I'm a six-figure guy, and I don't give a fuck what a woman makes. Give me a chick who's bad looking, who works at McDonald's, over her
talking about my
all day long.
theory about I don't believe that, because I just think that they want to be able to be the breadwinners to leave these women destitute and begging. Because after the whole OnlyFans thing, so many guys are so excited. I can't wait till these women fail, and then they're just completely out and homeless and begging for pieces of change outside. It's like, Jesus.
No, we don't really care. Why would a guy care? No, we don't care. But we do say that when OnlyFans is firing, Subway will be hiring.
Lord, who hurt you? Man, calm down.
Rest in
Well,
peace, Kevin
no, I
Samuels.
think it's not that. I think like people don't enjoy like seeing people cheat and win. So like
Well, it's
in this
blind.
example, like these girls are kind of cheating, right? They don't really have any real skills. They're just like hot, sell their body
Facts.
on the internet, and then they get to
Have to
win.
that hotness, right? You
What?
These girls, they have to maintain that hotness. You work out.
Okay.
These girls,
No,
some of them
BBLs are easy.
Yo, this chick should not be talking about maintaining hotness at all.
like skinny and pretty, but other ones like they
She should try to do another collab album with Kanye West, is what she should be doing.
have to work out. They have to do like, a lot more fitness than I have to do to be able to take their clothes off on the internet and have people want to look at them.
Yeah, but like
BBL and breast
but for
augmentations are easy.
30K a month.
Oh, the
could you find
unprofessional man is
motivation
back.
To like not eat as much. Like that's
Well,
not.
I make $30K a month not having to be in the gym, so I don't know.
What?
I said I could make that in a month, not having to be in a gym. So.
Well, I know, but we're not talking about you. We're talking about the OnlyFans girls. Like that's
Yeah.
the topic. Like I think men are happy with their downfall because you're watching these girls cheat essentially and win, because a guy could never do that. So
But
I think when they
also-
say like, oh, like they're in the streets, whatever, like, I mean, usually like it's a certain type of guy that's gonna like go out of his way to comment that. But I'm saying like, I would guess it's because we're essentially watching them cheat and win. Like,
All right, I gotta hop off. I'm at work, and I'm gonna have to do some other work. So I'll if you're still on later, I'll come back on. But,
okay.
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 Bye.
So yeah.
Bye. But Pearl, that's also then if we're saying that, it's the same reason why they would turn around and tell me that.
That chick left because she knew she was getting roasted badly. Like low key, she knew how ridiculous the things that were coming out of her mouth were.
I can't complain because of not having a certain type of privilege. As someone's going to have an upper hand at anything. So then if we can then turn around and say, oh, well, you can't cry because you're not society's whatever and you're not this, well, then you can't cry because you're a man.
So anyways, I think that's the end of that. I checked the video. She does not reappear. This creature from Lord of the Rings. So we're gonna end that stream here. But it's kind of an impressive level of delusion on this woman's part, thinking that she can score a guy who is gonna make the kind of money that's gonna be able to afford a $200,000 engagement ring for her. Right? I mean, if this was a Carmen Electra from 2003, like you'd understand. Okay, that's Carmen Electra. She's got millions. She's very high profile. She's super hot in 2003. Now she looks like a wreck. But back then you could say, okay, yeah, she, it's not so ridiculous that she's asking for it. But even if I was in a position like that, well, technically I could afford a $200,000 engagement ring, but if I was in that position where Carmen Electra was my girlfriend and I was about to propose to her and she told me, you got to get me a $200,000 engagement ring, I would end that relationship. I would bang her a few more times and then I would end that relationship. And that's what you should do too. If any woman makes that kind of a demand from you, it's one thing to want it, but make it a requirement like this lady here was making. Run and never look back. You'll thank me for it later. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it with your friends, because I do feel like this content does not get shown to as many people as it should, because the powers that be do not like the truth. So share it on all platforms, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, put it in your building's bulletin board, wherever, I don't care. Share, like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.